Hello all sentient beings and welcome to the Transmissions Podcast, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third party Transformers! On this episode of Transmissions, we talk about the Punch Counterpunch Shoulder Fix. Target's exclusive Bumblebee movie Soundwave starts showing up, and the Transformers Instagram account starts answering questions about Siege Leader Class Ultra Magnus. Today is Wednesday, September 26, 2018, and this is episode 296 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that's introducing our very own fall pumpkin spice toy news, available for a limited time. I'm your host, Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent and complete Transmissions team. Yusuf, better known as Yoshi.
Yo!
Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how you doing?
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
Pumpkin spice. Let's talk Transformers.
All right, it's good to be back. How'd things go while I was out?
No problems whatsoever.
Good.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
Perfect audio quality.
Mike is going to kill you.
All right. Well, it looks like I did listen to the shows while I was gone. It seemed like there was a distinct lack of donations, but I'm back now, and I'm happy to report we've got 3 new donors. So welcome to Dan, David, and a very special welcome to Anthony from TFU.info.
Awesome.
Why does Anthony get a better welcome than Dan or David?
Well, because we already know him, and we've been on his podcast before.
Oh, that's true. Dan and David make a podcast and invite us on.
Why is it I hustled my ass off for more money from these people, and you come back on and it's like the magic?
Oh, really? It's like an incoming president taking credit for stuff that really the previous regime had done. So he's taking credit for all of your hard work, Yoshi, trying to get people to donate. And, you know,
I want to
really these should be credited to the last.
I'm the best Transmissions podcast host. No other Transmissions podcast host is better than me. I'm an extraordinary Transmissions podcast host.
I'm not going to buy your Christmas album.
All right. Well, 3 new donors is awesome, but we're always looking for more. And we've got a special offer that Jeremy set up. Jeremy, why don't you tell us about that special offer that's been going on?
Yeah, we have a set of 5 limited edition pins. These are similar to the ones that we give out at conventions, but they're just a little bit smaller. You will get all 5 because these are things that we've been giving out when you meet us in person. You know, like you'll get Yoshi's if you see him at a convention. The rarest one is Mike because he doesn't get out as much to these conventions, as far as I know. But this will be a full set of 5, you know, all 4 of us plus Mike. And all you have to do is join on Patreon by September 30th. This is specifically Patreon, although if you're already supporting us at $10 on either Patreon or PayPal, you're also going to go ahead and get it.
All right. Well, that's an awesome special offer. And yeah, so hopefully we'll get some signups. We've also got new merchandise in the Transmissions store. So I'm going to throw it back to Jeremy because Jeremy set that up too.
Oh, yay. Last week I talked about this new shirt that we had designed, and you can just forget that. You can just edit that part out of your own podcast. The college-styled shirt that we had designed and we think is awesome. Spreadshirt thinks it violates copyright, and they wouldn't let us have it on there. So screw them. We're going to figure out another way to get that out. But for right now, the Tape Man shirt, completely IP, completely non-infringing IP Tape Man design that we've done that is blue and looks like a cassette player robot. That is now ready for the fall. We have it in long sleeve t-shirts, sweatshirt, and hoodies. So if you live in a cold climate like many of us do, go there and check it out.
Transmissions Podcast. We're the third-party company when it comes to mainstream t-shirt design.
We're looking at ways to get that other design out, but I have a hoodie actually coming for me for TFCon, and I'm excited to get it.
Nice. All right. So, and also, if you are a Donatreon, you get access to the special store where everything is 20% off. So that's another perk of being a Transmissions Donatreon donor family supporter. Another perk of being a Transmissions donor in Donatreon is getting access to our monthly Declassified show. And we just recorded this is September. Yes, the September Declassified show. This was a continuation of our IDW Comics retrospective. So this was part 2, all about All Hail Megatron. And Daryl and I sat down with a couple of other fine folks yesterday to record it. And I've still got a little bit of editing to do, so it'll be out in a while. But I have a little clip, a little teaser for you guys to hear. So go ahead and roll that clip.
Like, I didn't talk about him, but Devastator's awesome at this. Like, you can't fault him.
Yeah.
Like, it's a gigantic Godzilla construction warrior.
Yeah.
What?
No. The gigantic Godzilla one is Trypticon.
Oh God, I'm trying. Like, the scale's just gone. There's no scale anymore. It's just.
One of the other humor bits that's in the series, and I meant to mention, is when Prime and Megatron are starting to fight, and Prime starts going on about his like freedom is, and Megatron just says, "Oh, shut up, Prime."
There's much more where that came from, and it is entirely separate from the Moonbase 2 retrospective that just came out. Although we do have Mikey on sharing his thoughts. But you should listen to both shows.
I happen to be on that one as well.
We also had Josh, who is from the Audio Nights Theater. He was on with us as well. And he's also a Transmissions Donatreon. So thanks, Josh, for joining us. All right. And we've got another contest coming up. We're getting close to the end of the month. So Daryl, why don't you remind everyone about this awesome G1 reissue contest we've got going?
So as of the release of this show, there's only 4 days left to get in on this contest. This is the appropriately named by Yoshi, I don't have to go to Walmart, or you don't have to go to Walmart contest. Because I guess these figures are starting to show up at Walmart, which is kind of cool. But this is the G1 reissued stuff, and if you are a Donatreon of Transmissions Podcast, you are automatically entered into a contest that we will draw for a winner of a G1 reissue Starscream, a reissue Devastator, and a reissue Bumblebee. 3 different drawings for 3 different winners. That will happen in the first show of October.
Nice. And right now, we're going to give away something right this second, because we still are doing the Toy Hacks $10 gift code giveaways every month. So Toy Hacks is going to continue supporting Transmissions and letting us give away some cool gift codes from them every month.
Because they are awesome.
They are. Mm-hmm. So everyone, check out Toy Hacks for all your sticker needs for all your official and third-party figures.
That's right. We said thank you very much, Toy Hacks. You finished the year off. We thank you very much for the 12 months of giveaways. And they said, "Is it over already? Let's just keep going." And we're like, all right, we'll do that then.
You don't have to twist our arm.
We've got a couple listeners that enjoy not winning, so let's keep going and we'll see. But no, we're gonna keep going here. We've got some people that need some stickers,
some decals.
Jeremy, if your lovely assistant is ready, can she give us a random number between 1 and 115?
Computer, give me a random number between 1 and 115.
Your random number between 1 and 115 is 9.
9? Sergio! Third Sergio, you have won.
Awesome. Didn't
Sergio win, recently?
He has won before.
Yeah.
You've won again, Sergio. Don't let him tell you different.
Good job, Sergio. And Sergio is a duly appointed supporter of the Transmissions Podcast, so he got twice the entries. So that increased his odds of winning.
That's right.
Congrats, Sergio. You're awesome. It was great to meet you back at TFCon Toronto. So, congrats. All right, so I think we've got some toy news to talk about, so let's get into that.
This has been a light week for toy news, so
It's almost like a big convention's coming up.
there's something coming. Yeah, the if you look up, you can tell that the birds know something we don't. So keep an eye on the skies. But I'm going to talk about something that a lot of people are filling up message boards with is the Prime Wars trilogy Punch Counterpunch is starting to make its way out into the hands of the people who have ordered it. And when it gets to people, they're noticing that the shoulders seem to be kind of kafuckered. So there is a really easy shoulder fix for people. And we've put a really cool video in the show notes here that kind of show you what to do. From what I can understand, it's almost just like popping one shoulder off and switching it to the other side and kind of putting the arms back together. It looks very simple. I don't have a punch counterpunch yet, but I do have one on order. If you have one, you'll probably notice that when you're transforming it into car mode, that the front end of it in alt mode doesn't kind of tab together quite right. So this is a very easy fix, kind of on the back of the most recent Declassified we did, the number 12, where we're talking about fixes and repairs and stuff. This is something you should not need any tools for, because the punch counterpunch shoulders are both ball joints, and the arms should pop off very easily. You should be able to switch them around from the one side to the other with no problem and reassemble very, very easily. So, anybody else got a punch counterpunch on order? Charles, I think you do.
Yeah, and Amazon just told me it's going to be delayed, so it's going to be a while until mine shows up.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting on Amazon to get in more stock. I've ordered it, but it was already out of stock.
Okay.
This does remind me of a fix for the Armada Bendy Prime back in the day. Had a similar, like an easy to fix issue with the knee joint, and this kind of reminds me of that, where it's like, why should we have to do this? But it's an easy fix that just makes such a big difference.
Yeah. It's one of those things that really you shouldn't have to fix your toys when they come out when you buy them brand new, but mistakes happen in the assembly process. And if you look at the shoulders, the concentration is on the orange or yellow bits as the shoulder pieces there, and they really do look very similar. So essentially what likely happened is the bins of parts got swapped from the left side in the right bin and the right side in the left bin kind of thing, and the person assembling it just put them on the wrong side for 50,000 figures. So, like you do when you get them, the figure still works. Like, it still transforms and it still poses properly with the figure, with the arms in the wrong, position. But if you do this quick little fix, when you transform it into alt mode, it pegs together so much better. So, take a look at the video. If you've got it, go through the quick fix. Like, this should not take you very long at all. If you want your figure to kind of peg together properly. If you've noticed, if you're transforming it, you shouldn't break it. I mean, if you're transforming it and it just doesn't peg together, it's not like it's going to break. It's just not going to look quite perfect. So, yeah, if that's bothering you, this is a fix. But that's all I have this week, guys. Like I said, a bit of a slow week. Jeremy, did you have anything?
I have a couple things. First thing is something we've talked about it before. I actually forgot it was coming out. So Target has an exclusive Bumblebee movie Soundwave and Titan Master Doom box, and this is the Titans Return Soundwave with more of kind of an 80s boombox look to it. And I just wanted to bring this up because I think the name Doombox is such an awesome name for any kind of character, and I just hope that we see more Doombox figures in the future. But also, the main thing that's changed on this Soundwave is basically the speakers, and it looks like probably decals or paint on the tape buttons. but I think it looks good for what the Titans Return Soundwave was. And looking at it again, it looks like there's also kind of like a fake AM/FM radio dial on there. So fits in with the 80s movie aesthetic of the Bumblebee movie, and I guess something we're going to be talking about in alt mode about a new trailer coming up. Yoshi, you're the 80s guy. What do you think about this like remold, redeco of Titans Return figure?
I guess I kind of am curious what Soundwave is going to look like in the Bumblebee movie too. It's neat. I almost think honestly that the toy looks cooler than the box that it's put in. Like they went way overkill on the box. But I guess it'll stand out on a shelf. Is it a paint app that they changed, or is it actual stickers to make it look old?
Well, I mean, the speaker grill looks a little bit different.
Right.
I mean, I don't have my Titans Return one in front of me, but I think the grill looked a little different. But just I think it's mostly stickers and paint.
Gotcha.
And from the like brief teaser to the trailer that we've seen, Soundwave does have more of an 80s G1 look to it.
Gotcha. I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to ask everybody's forgiveness because I'm incredibly fucking tired today, but it seems a little chintzy for a movie toy to not have its own toy. Like they're reusing an old toy. I get why they're doing it, but that's just adds to the chintzy factor. I'm glad that they can do what they can to make, because the first version of this toy really, I felt it didn't look good until the Toy Hack stickers came out for it. So, this looks better than the one I remember, and if it's your thing, get it, I guess. But it does seem a little chintzy that they didn't create a new one for the movie line.
All right. Daryl, what about you?
I like the packaging. I think the packaging looks really cool, very retro. The toy itself is decent. I mean, I don't have the Soundwave, but I have Blaster, and they're the same mold. So the toy itself is pretty cool. But I like the packaging. I think it's fun. If I were to get this, I would probably just leave it in its package like that, because it looks really awesome. I think if I'm looking here, it's $49.99. I think that's what it said in the story as well. It's I guess along the price range that you'd expect it to be. It doesn't look like the packaging costs any more, so that's pretty cool. It's neat. It looks cool. The remolded, I never really liked the speakers the way they looked on the original release, so this look a little better. But the design for me, and I mean Blaster's the same, but the design for me is kind of it's taken aback by the really standout tape deck in the middle. I don't particularly like the way that looks. I'd much rather be flush with the body of the figure or the tape mode, but or the tape deck mode. But yeah, it's but the toy itself is cool.
Yeah, cool. And one thing about the packaging, I just noticed the handle for Soundwave actually comes through the package, so you can hold that.
Yeah.
Charles, do you have any comments on this guy?
It's kind of a meh for me. I guess it does look, it's an improvement over the original Titans Return figure. I guess for the Bumblebee movie, they're not putting too much, I guess, effort in, like, I guess since it's focused on a smaller cast of characters, they're not designing too many new toys for it. I mean, if Soundwave is only in that like holographic flashback, then he's not really even on Earth, so he wouldn't need to have an Earth-based toy. So taking an older toy that looks, pretty Soundwavy, I guess is reasonable. But I passed on the Titans Return version, so I'll probably pass on this one. And I have the Masterpiece Soundwave still in the box, but that's enough for me, I guess.
All right. Well, one more thing that I have, just briefly, we had the rumors, or I guess the news earlier in the year about the KB Toys coming back in some form, and we're getting closer to the holiday season. We haven't seen anything yet. Obviously, their social media hasn't been updated since about May, so we're just wanting people to kind of keep a lookout. If you see one, let us know, where it was, because I think these pop-up stores are probably gonna start. if they happen, I would expect them to happen sometime in October or early November to, before Black Friday. But, like I said, they've been complete radio silence since about May. I have seen my local Toys R Us shell of a building is now like a Halloween superstore type of thing. Mm-hmm. And under there, they have a banner and toys. So I haven't been in there yet, but they have some kind of, toy presence there. I'm not sure what company is running that, but that's just kind of interesting that, the Toys R Us building is being repurposed. So have you guys seen anything similar?
I haven't looked at my local Toys R Us building to see if what they've done with it. I've kind of, I don't. That's a detour for me on the way home from work, so I haven't gone down that road anymore since the store is closed.
I too shy away from grave sites.
Yeah, you don't want to just pull off that scab.
It's so odd. I mean, Thanksgiving's in 2 weeks.
Shut up, Daryl.
So you'd think that they'd have something going on with Thanksgiving being so close.
That's fake Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it goes along with your fake Toys R Us.
Colonial Thanksgiving.
Anyway, that is just all I wanted to update about that. Yoshi, what do you got this week?
Okay, so Hallmark is putting out some G1-esque Transformer ornaments. Is it decoupage?
That sounds right. Yeah,
I'm trying. I don't know. I would. These are.
You should probably ask Daryl for that. That's French, isn't it?
Yeah, it is French.
But whatever Daryl says, since you have majority stock holdings, we have to do it your way. So I'm asking you. Anyways, Hallmark is putting out these decoupage G1 Bumblebee and Optimus Prime Christmas ornaments. And for me, they're cute to look at. And I know that there's a whole series of ornaments that are in this style, not necessarily figures or of anybody in particular, but in this cutesy style that for me personally doesn't fit with any of the Transformers Christmas ornaments I've already picked up. Yeah. Is this going to adorn your tree, Daryl?
No.
Okay.
I humbug.
You humbug Christmas.
So I don't even do a tree. My wife does, and I partake in the morning of, but I do nothing with the tree. I am a huge humbug.
Okay, we're going to move on from Scrooge to Jeremy. Your kid has got to probably like how these look, huh?
He would probably like it. However, the only Transformer ornaments that are going to adorn my tree look like the G1 toys. But he does have a little tree in his room, like a little 1 foot tree. So something like this might go on his tree.
Right.
Are these glass? Have you seen these before?
They're not glass. They're more of a plastic.
Yeah, for $7, they would have to be plastic.
They're incredibly. I mean, compared to the cheaper G1 toys that look like figures that Hallmark puts out, the paint on this is done really well. Charles, what's your tree look like? Is it pink?
No.
Okay.
It's green like most trees.
Oh, there are outliners.
I mean, these are cute, but I'll go with the G1 Hallmark ornaments. That's enough.
Yeah, I wonder, is this just for the fan that has to have everything?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not knocking anybody who wants to get it. Hallmark didn't start with these, so I never bought them. So it would just be out of place on my tree. I will say this. This is what I do like about them. I'm going to do a little compliment here. The little card that they hang from, you can see where it slips on to the hook or the rail or whatever you want to call it. That's going to stay on that hook a lot better than any of the current Transformers figures. Because if you just touch those fucking things in the store, the whole shelf drops. Charles, what do you got?
That's the compliment you,
that's the compliment.
You gave them?
I'd also like to say that it looks like a very good J. So it's a point from me.
All right.
Wow. Charles, save us.
Yes. What do you got, Charles?
Nothing too exciting. First up is Cyberverse toys that are apparently now in the Bumblebee movie. So McDonald's is unveiled their new Happy Meal figures that are for Transformers. And in the commercial, they show the, movie Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie, and it's supposed to be a tie-in for the Bumblebee movie. But the toys are clearly for Cyberverse or, for Evergreen Designs, if you want to get technical. But yeah, you've got Windblade, you've got Blitzwing, or maybe it's Starscream, Shockwave, Megatron, Grimlock, Optimus Prime, and you've got Bumblebee in car mode and robot mode. So I guess that's he's got twice as much representation as the other figures. But
well, it's his movie.
Yeah, clearly. I'm looking forward to seeing Windblade and Shockwave in the Bumblebee movie.
Yeah, I was about to say, I would love to see Windblade show up in the movie and like all of the Windblade haters online just completely blowing up. It'll be awesome.
You've got one right beside you. Yoshi, what would you think?
At this point, I don't know that they can do anything to surprise me anymore.
All right, sir.
Yeah, so I thought it was cool that they clearly put effort into the commercial by putting animating Bumblebee in there, and it's just kind of weird that they think people won't notice that these toys are clearly not meant for this movie.
Well, these toys are also not meant for the audience that would go see the movie.
Aren't kids supposed to go see the movie? I thought Bumblebee
I'm not sure what the rating is, but...
Anyway, moving on, I have just one other little piece of information. This is about the new Ultra Magnus figure that's coming out in the War for Cybertron Siege line. So on Instagram, Hasbro's Instagram, or Transformers Instagram, I should say, answered some questions about the Ultra Magnus Siege figure. So... apparently he will not come with a hammer, but there will be a hammer weapon, a battle master with a hammer in potentially in the new Siege line. Ultra Magnus will be able to have shoulder cannons or shoulder missiles. People will be able to configure their Ultra Magnus because of the combat system. I don't know what did we already see what combat stands for?
I don't know what it stands for, but is that the
it's fighting, isn't it?
What's the guy's name? Cog or
yeah, Cog was the guy who
I think Cog is the combat system.
Okay. So his little pieces
that would be the C. Who are the other
so
who are the other 5 figures?
And Ultra Magnus is 8 inches tall. The robot mode was designed based on the G1 cartoon, but they also added in details from the original 1980s Japanese concept art. And his vehicle mode was inspired by the Robots in Disguise Ultra Magnus from 2001, which we all recognized. I think Jeremy especially was happy to see that. And the Ultra Magnus will not have a hover mode like the War for Cybertron Optimus Prime has, but Micromasters will be able to ride in its trailer.
This is on the trailer. I'm wondering if they will be able to get inside.
Oh, yeah. That's unclear, I guess.
There's going to be a lot of junk in that trunk.
So, I mean, it's a little bit of additional information about this Ultra Magnus figure. I'd still like to see what when people get a chance to mess with it and see how well it fits together. The pictures really make it look good, but it's another thing to see how to see how that armor clips on to the cab figure and how it all fits together. Mm-hmm. I'm curious
how difficult the wear paint is going to be to get off.
Jeremy, I'm guessing this is an automatic purchase for you.
Yeah, I'm a sucker. I'm hoping that this trailer doesn't break off into a million pieces like the 2001 Ultra Magnus does.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You'll find out in a year that it combines with Leader Optimus to supersede Optimus.
I mean, if this would be one where if it is a heavy parts former, I will just leave it in one of the modes and I think both modes look fantastic. Just the transformation has to be not painful.
All right, well, that's my toy topics. So let's move on to some rapid fire toys.
Absolutely, positively, definitely. Nobody can get the job done faster than I can. Nobody.
In rapid fire toys this week, the U.S. got G1 reissues.
Yeah, we did.
that's it.
Okay.
I'm done. To expand a bit on that, all the forums, Reddit and Facebook forums, and all the fucking forums were exploding as U.S. collectors were finding hot rods and Starscreams and Devastators and Bumblebees and all the other crazy crap in the Walmarts across the U.S. So if you're in the U.S. and you haven't found one yet, wait, because they're coming. Yoshi, I hear you came across one.
That's true. I came across several hot rods and nothing else. And when I checked with the Walmart employee, so nobody else had to, they said that everything had been pulled off the truck this morning, and that was it. They didn't get any of the other reissues. So if you want something other than hot rod in my neck of the woods, you just have to hurry up and wait.
Mm-hmm. It won't take long.
No.
They'll show up. Yep. No, they're cool. How much was hot rod for you?
Oh,
did you remember?
Shit, was it $29.95? Oh, I'm sorry, it's Walmart. $29.84. Fucking goddamn it.
Yeah. So I'm happy for all the U.S. people. They can stop bugging us Canadians. But it also screws over all the stupid Canadian guys who are scalping all the U.S. guys. Those bastards. But I'm happy that the U.S. market's getting them now. Everyone should get them. They're great. And buy the hell out of these things, because if these things sell like gangbusters, then we'll hopefully get more. You know there's an Optimus sitting there somewhere. Somebody's got an Optimus. They'll also charge like $150 for it probably, though. Anyway, that's the end of Rapid Fire.
All right, well, let's move on to some trips to the store. This is where we show off all the cool Transformer stuff we got this week. We do this as a video that we show on YouTube so you can see everything we got in beautiful high definition. But we will also describe our purchases to you in vivid detail as we add this into our show right here. So without further ado, trips to the store.
Transmissions wouldn't be what it is today without the awesome support of our listeners. If you'd like to support our shows and enjoy the exclusive benefits that our donors get, please visit transmissionspodcast.com/support.
Yoshi, I want to start with you.
Yes, we should. So, I recently finished Transformers Generation 2. And in reading one of the last letter columns, some event that I was completely unaware of happens in issue 9. I'm digging into the archives because I got fucking nothing. Do you guys know what happens? Am I the only one that was unaware of this? I tend to read the story and I don't really pay enough attention to the artwork. But on this page, on this 2-page spread, we have Crow T Robot and
I do remember seeing that.
Tom Servo is over here.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool.
For whatever reason, like a week before I finished the series or read the letters column that was talking about that, Mystery Science Theater 3000's been on my mind. And then I was at the comic book store, and there's a comic book series now of Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah, a new one.
And then I saw this. I'm like, fuck it. I have to watch it on Netflix. I need to go get this comic now. And regardless of which, this is canon, Daryl, so they're fucking dead. It doesn't matter what I see after now. They're fucking dead.
I've never seen the show you're talking about.
Mystery Science Theater 3000?
All right.
Nope.
Look, motherfucker. You made us watch Letterkenny. I insist you go out and find an episode of this and watch it. Or go get the movie.
Netflix.
Get the movie
It's on
and watch
Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Watch one episode, Daryl. It's great.
Is it going to kill you? Can you do that for us?
I'm pretty behind on my shows, but maybe. Haven't watched all of Luke Cage yet. I'm really getting into it. It's good.
Well, we can't depend on Daryl for favors, everybody. That's all I got, Charles.
All right, Jeremy, what do you got?
I have been to McDonald's.
Oh.
I have Optimus and Megatron from McDonald's.
From the Bumblebee movie.
Yeah, from the Bumblebee movie. And Optimus comes with his movie-accurate stabbing knife. I don't know how
Oh, wow. Wow.
Megatron has a walking gimmick that doesn't actually work. There's a thing you can kind of see his legs moving. Not enough to actually make him... My kid was very disappointed, but at least he can have Optimus stab Megatron.
I'm disappointed too.
Yeah.
So you've got Murder Prime and Megatron.
Well, I mean, other than the knife, it's a pretty G1, squished Optimus Prime, and the Megatron.
No,
Megatron dropped.
Wow.
You deserve it for buying that fucking toy.
it came with the
It's
Happy
gone.
Meal.
It's gone. It's gone.
No, I mean, the Megatron is a very G1 looking Megatron.
He looks kind of smile. Is he smiling?
You should be ashamed of yourself.
He's frowning.
Okay.
He's frowning. So that's all I got this week. That and probably some high cholesterol.
Would it kill them to do a transforming gimmick? I mean, they made it so that Megatron was supposed to walk.
I
right?
think these days any transforming gimmick is going to come from Hasbro directly.
That's dumb.
All right, Daryl. What do you got?
Oh, saving yourself for last. You may regret that. I only have one thing, and I thought I had shown it off before, but I don't think so. This is my G1 Blur.
Ooh.
You guys are getting reissues of stuff. I got the real thing.
That is an immaculate fucking box, dude.
It's in pretty decent shape, although it's got a hole in the top there. So somebody had punched a hole in it to hang it on a rack there, but I don't care. It looks pretty good. No stuff on the back there, like nothing cut out. It looks really
Look at
good.
that fucking gloss, man. It's like it never was outside or exposed to natural light.
It was. But it looks really
Here are
good.
the compliments, and you just keep shooting them down.
It's on the inside here. It's got the all the stuff. It's all still wrapped up. So
wow.
It looks really. Yeah.
I see.
It's in real.
How many robot points is that there?
2.
2.
Oh,
2
okay.
robot points. Yes.
You're on your way to a reflector.
I am very close. It looks really good. It's the Canadian variant, so it's got the French name on there.
Blur.
What is that? Brullo?
Brillo.
Brillo. It's
Yeah.
Brillo pad. All right.
Yes. And apparently he's a courier. He's the Autobot courier. I didn't really know that, but yeah.
Absolutely, positively, definitely. Nobody can get the job done faster than I can. Nobody.
Absolutely,
yeah.
positively thing is a FedEx reference.
Oh.
Is it?
Yeah, from the 80s commercials where the John Machida did the FedEx commercials.
When
okay.
it absolutely positively has to get there
Yeah.
on time. Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool. I didn't get that before. Cool. So yeah, this is what I got this week. I thought I had shown it before, but then I thought maybe I hadn't because I kind of just got a whole bunch of stuff at once at one point and then just threw it all up back there and saw it sitting there and thought, oh, well, I'll show this off. So yeah, pretty happy about this. It's pretty cool. G1 Blur in the box. Still looking pretty fine.
Giggity.
Nice.
What do you got, Charles?
All right. Well, you guys showed this off last week, but while I was away in Germany, I did get some stuff from Mr. Tom B. Long. I also got the variant covers of Unicron. So this is the Andrew Griffith one, the Atlas Shrugged one. This is the
Optimus Shrugged.
Optimus Shrugged, yes. This is the Francavilla one guy.
We'll refer to that one as Codpiece.
And then the Sarah Peter Durocher Transformers #1 homage. So got all 3 of those. For some reason, Tom sent me a whole other set of those. So thank you, Tom. So
Give them away.
A prize.
All right. Yeah, we can do that. Thank you, Tom. He also sent me my comic book Nobody debut. And I've got the whole trilogy.
The whole arc.
Yeah, I've got the whole story arc here.
I have 2 questions for you, sir.
What are they?
Is this the first time you've ever been represented in a comic?
Probably, yeah.
What's your very first word in a comic?
Donor.
You're insulting the artist by not actually quoting his word.
It's not canon.
Also, before I left for Germany, but I wasn't on the show, we did get a package from Chris Gedrum. He sent us some goodies from TF Nation. So this is the Decepticons Time Terror, the Ladybird hardback books.
It's like there's one for each of us if we don't give Mike one.
Actually, I think one of these is for Mike. Yoshi, you said you didn't want one.
I still don't. It's okay.
All right. That's good, because there's not one for you.
Perfectly good joke. You had to fucking ruin it.
So these are nice little cool little TF Nation prizes. So, if we ever get to TF Nation, we will definitely be enjoying that. And lastly, Yoshi had a lot of fun at my expense while I was away for the last 2 weeks.
It was pure work.
Work can be fun. Yoshi, he had something done for me. He had our good friend of the show, K Girl, the transmissions artist, whip up a commission. He personally commissioned for me, and he showed it off to me. So I have it right here. I don't know if you can.
We'll put a better version in the video.
Yeah, but if you can see, it's it's my catchphrase now. God damn it, Yoshi! And I'm hulking out here. I'm pretty angry. So.
Well, because he carved Donator into your desk.
So Yoshi also he's got a blank version, so we can put whatever phrase we want in here. So this might be making the rounds in the Discord chat, so we can use it multiple times for lots of different situations. You might have
some choice words for Skype in there.
So thank you, Yoshi, and thank you, K Girl.
Thank K Girl. It was because of her you have an unopened action figure on your desk and a stamped comic. That was not my doing. That was her creativeness.
All right, K Girl, thank you, and you're not my friend anymore. Kidding, I'm kidding. All right, so that's all I got. All right, so that'll do it for Trips to the Store. All right, we're back from our trips to the store, and that's going to do it for this episode of Transmissions. We don't have any feedback this week, but if you do want to leave us feedback, go to transmissionspodcast.com/feedback. You can leave us a voicemail, you can send us email, you can do all that stuff. Contact us on social media if you like. There's lots of ways to get in touch. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Thanks for listening to Transmissions. Remember, you can help support the show by donating to us directly via Patreon or PayPal. Once you become a donor, you will receive access to donor-only goodies, like donor-only contests, listening to us record transmissions live, and getting transmissions swag at 20% off. You can find links for this at transmissionspodcast.com/support. Subscribing to us on Stitcher, iTunes, and Google Play is also a great way to support us here at Transmissions. Every subscription we get helps us get better noticed on those services. Leaving us a comment and 5-star review doesn't hurt either. Be sure to come chat with us on Discord. You will find a link for Discord at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. And of course, you can always send us an email at feedback@transmissionspodcast.com. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you again next week.
Oh, that felt so good.
Okay, it's
Started.
recording.
The click heard around the world.
Wow. That was amazing.
Oh, wait, you did a click? I was already holding down on it and I'll let up. It's going to be a teeny fraction of a
Son
second
of a
off.
bitch.
You-
Let's go ahead and clap, too, for fun.
You ruined it.
Mark.
Oh, the days.
You ruined it, Jeremy.
We're so happy to share this vocal room with all you paid donators out there. This is a challenge. Now I have to piss you off.
Your special offer is you get to be on the same show as Yoshi. Oh. Right. Oh, wait. Do you want Craig as a backup?
God damn it.
I guess, yeah, I mean...
Everybody turn down your fucking volume.
I'm mainly just to piss off Yoshi with this.
Fuck off, Craig. God damn it.
Just let us know, send us an email, make sure we know that you're doing
that
it.
goes exactly against what I just said.
Oh, okay, cut that out then.
No, shut up, Jeremy. Charles has spoken.
Oh, yeah. I don't have
Just edit that out.
I only have 97% voting, so, whatever.
doing this, Jeremy, did we officially demasculate Craig?
What?
I just hate Craig, that's all.
Open up time.gov and press.
I was opening up time.fr. Am I going to be off?
It's just, I don't wake up thinking, what am I doing today? I just get dressed and then try to figure it out. Where the fuck is Daryl?
Jeremy, you got to stop Craig. Craig is complaining that you didn't stop him.
Can all of us stop Craig?
I think so.
He's not there anymore.
Well, why did Craig left?
He's
anyway?
not there anymore.
I still see him.
I still fucking hate you, Craig.
Do you automatically have an ownership stake in BlackBerry since you're Canadian?
Oh yeah.
It's like the Green Bay Packers.
When you are born, they hand you a hockey stick and 1% stock ownership in BlackBerry.
So Skype on the computer that I've been using on was like, hey, you're using an older version, so I'm logging you out. So I download the latest version. It's like, oh no, you need to use the Windows 10 version. I'm like, fuck the Windows 10 version. But it wouldn't let me. It forced me to use it, and that version won't let you capture video.
Can we take a moment, everybody, to acknowledge a rare Jeremy fuck? Double dumbass to you.
Skype forced Jeremy to do something. Makes me think that Skype raped Jeremy.
Skype touched me in a very bad place.
Show us on the doll where Skype hurt you.
My ego.
We like to be touched.
That's not going to make much sense with the outtake, not in the show.
Now it has to stay in. Bring up the clock.